to know that you're all there. Unfortunately, I can't see you, but you can see me. So I'm glad that we can get something online so that you can revisit some of the exercises that we were doing before lockdown and to reconnect with Pilates and stretching. So we're going to start with feet hip width apart. The knees are soft, so a slight bend in the knees. Placing your ankles underneath the knees, knees underneath your hip bones, so the bony bones here, underneath your shoulders. Let's start with a roll through of the shoulders. So nice steady breathing, breathing in as the shoulders come up, breathing out as they come behind you. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's just think about mobilizing through the shoulders, releasing through the upper back, breathing in, breathing out. This time set the shoulder blades back and down. It's like you're opening through the chest, tucking the shoulder blades into the back pockets. And let's do a pelvic tilt. So we're going to tuck the tailbone under, tilt the pelvis forwards and send it the other way. So it's like this rolling pin forwards and backwards through the pelvis. So you should get a little release there through the lower back as well. And what we want to do is find that neutral spine. So we want to find a place in between the two extremes. You don't want to be all the way tucked under. You don't want to be all the way arched through. You want to find that happy medium somewhere in the middle and sit the pelvis in that neutral position. From there, with the shoulders down, we're going to stretch the arms up. So breathing in, breathing out. So coordinating the breath with the movement, stretching the fingers, slowing it down. Think about connecting with your body. Wonderful. And again, breathing in, breathing out. And the last time, stretching up, reaching the fingers, spine is tall. Exhale, hands come down to the thighs. Let's take a bend over to the side. So sliding the side of your palm, stretching over to one side and then the other. So again, coordinating the breath, breathing in, breathing out. Now you can, if you want to, add the opposite arm here. So you can increase this stretch by stretching the arm up and over if that feels okay. So opening up there through the side body, through the side of the ribs, windmilling the arms from one side to the other. Think about your head stretching over to the diagonal. The spine is long. Thread coming out of your head, lifting up from your neck. The shoulders are down away from the ears. Abdominals are active, so we've got that activation through the front here. Stretch over last time. Exhale as you stretch. And bringing the hands down to the side. Let's heel toe out one time and take a rotation. So again, the knees are soft. We're letting the waist turn, the head turns with the spine, with the body. Just letting your arms hang nice and loosely. Relax your arms completely. So imagine that they are just this heavy weight hanging from the shoulders. Feel that sense of release as you turn from side to side. Start to add a heel. So we're going to lift the heel, stretch the arm up and around. So a small gentle movement. Again, if you have any osteoporosis or back problems and you don't want to turn and stretch, you can stay here with your gentle turn from side to side. Okay, so up to you. Just feel that stretch as if you're throwing something over your shoulder. Turn, taking the eyes behind you. Last two. Steady breathing. Last one. Pull the abs in. Great, and back to the centre. Let's heel toe back in. Great, so we're going to take a sit back onto the heels now. So warming up through the legs. Let's sit back, stretch the arms out, and breathing in to come up. Breathing out to come up rather, so breathe in to come down. Press through the heels, breathe out. Breathing in, coming down. So we're sitting the hips back. The feet are balanced nice and evenly. Pressing through the heels as you come up to switch on through the back body. Breathe in, pull the abs in, chest is lifted. Just keep those shoulders from creeping up towards the ears. Relax them back down again. Breathing in, breathing out. Fab. So we're getting a little warm up through the front of the thighs here, through the quadriceps. Getting everything nice and warmed up. If you prefer to do it without the arms, you can sit your hands on your hips here. Absolutely fine. So as you press up through the heels, think about pulling up from the knees. So you're stretching up through the front of that thigh. Pull the abdominals in, nice and strong. That's it. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Press the heels down. Balance the weight evenly between each foot. We've got 2 more. And this last one, we're going to hold. So this time come halfway, stretch the arms up or keep them on your hips. And we're sitting back, breathing in and out steadily. Balancing the weight, so pressing down underneath that big toe. Making sure we're not rocking onto the outside of the foot. Breathe in, breathe out. Can we drop an inch? Hold it here, pull the abs in, drop the shoulders back. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears. 1 more inch. Drop it down, press through the heels, and let's come up to standing. Lifting the heels, take a jog from side to side. Opposite arm, stretching up. Lovely. Fab. Okay, balance now, so you can grab a chair if you want to. Have your chair where you can easily grab it, or hold onto a wall if you want to. Move over to the wall, just to make sure you've got some stability there. So again, pressing down through the foot. So let's take our right foot down on the floor. Left foot is starting to creep up away from the floor. And we're trying to find a balance. So the knee is soft in your right leg. Start to lift up. So that foot is coming away from the floor. Find a balance there. Taking the arms out to the side, dropping the shoulders down. Now you can challenge yourself here. Hold on if you'd like to. Take a look over to one side. Take a look back to the centre. Tap the foot down if you need to. Keep hold of the floor if you want, okay? So you can keep that foot down. Little look over to the side, back to the centre. And last time, looking over to the door. Well, I'm looking over to the door. I'm not sure what you're looking at, or whatever that may be. Take the foot down. Fantastic. Again, little walk through from side to side. Release through the ankle. So that's a nice weight bearing activity, as well as challenging the balance to strengthen through the ankles. All great for walking gait and strength and stability and balance. Which foot is this? You need to know your left and right for this job. This is my left foot. So slight bend in the left knee. Right foot starts to creep up. Find that neutral pelvis, pull the abdominals in. Again, remember you can keep in contact with the ground if you want to, or grab onto something for a little bit of extra support. Just stay safe. Arms come out to the sides. Drop the shoulders down, pull the abs in. Spine is long, head is coming up to the ceiling. Let's take that look over to the side, back to the centre, over to the other side. Back to the centre. I do have a hand. Oh, you see my hand still, that's good. Thought I haven't chopped my hand off, it is there. And last time, looking over the shoulder, back to the centre, and bring the arms down. Fantastic. Let's take a little walk through from side to side. Well done, everyone. Lovely. Roll down. So again, if you have any issues with your back where you're not to flex it, osteoporosis, osteopenia, any disc herniation or any issues whatsoever where you've been advised not to flex, please do a hip hinge for this one. So your hip hinge will be hands on the hips, knees slightly bent and coming forwards and backwards. So the spine actually stays straight. So you don't want to put any pressure onto the spine. So this is fine if you're worried about your back. If you're feeling that you have been advised to do some mild flexion, hands come onto the thighs, knees are slightly bent, find that neutral spine, chin comes down towards the chest, and we're going to very slowly slide the fingertips down towards your knees, rounding through the upper back, through the mid back, then sliding the hands back, we're restacking the spine. So from the side, neutral pelvis, pull the abs in, slight bend in the knees, balanced weight either side. A small movement, so we start to tuck the chin down towards the chest and roll down. So the hands are gently coming down to your knees. Feeling a lovely stretch so through the back. Use the abdominals to pull in and stack your body back. So the abdominals are quite active. So steady breathing, roll down, just to the knees, and then stack back up. So almost like you're drawing up through the back, stacking the spine, pulling the shoulders back and down. So adding on from this, if you're feeling quite confident with that movement, everything's fine through the back. Steady breathing, chin comes down to the chest. You can let the arms start to hang from the shoulders. So roll down through the abdominals, pull the abdominals in. So rolling down. Don't worry about how far you come down. Just come down to a point, maybe here, maybe up by your knees. The hands may feel more than comfortable to come all the way down to the floor. Now let your head hang from your neck. Pull the abdominals in and up, away from the ground. Knees are soft, and then start to re-stack. So imagine that you're building the blocks of the spine, using your abdominals, rolling up, stretching up, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Let's add on, stretching the arms up to the ceiling, bring them out to the side, open through the chest, stretch the arms back up, and bring them down. So again, steady breathing. We've got the feet hip width apart, chin comes down to the chest. Let's do that again. So the knees are soft. Let's roll the body down. Pull the abdominals in. So try to flatten the navel towards your spine. You're really drawing up and in. Hands come down towards the floor. Let the head and the neck relax. Take a little shake of the head if you want. Nod from left to right. Bring the neck back to the center. Pull the abdominals up. Start to restack. So building the spine, lower, middle, upper spine. Coming up tall, rolling the shoulders back and down. Stretching the arms up. Breathe in, exhale as you draw the elbows together. Feel the chest opening. Stretch the arms back up. And I've definitely cut off my hands this time. That wasn't meant to happen, but you know they're still there. Steady breathing. Hands come down. Hang from the shoulders, roll the body down. Knees are soft, knees are slightly bent. Balance the weight evenly, pull the abs in. Nice. Feel that lovely stretch through the spine, feel the mild tension through the backs of the legs. So just come to that point where you feel that stretch. And then let's roll back up. Nice and slow, nice and steady. Stack the spine, doesn't that feel amazing? Roll the shoulders back and down, stretch the arms up, breathe in. As you exhale, the elbows come down, open through the chest. Inhale back up. And stretch the arms forwards. Now let's adjust the position. So come to the end of your mat. And let's finally roll down. So we're going to roll down for this last time. On your position, neutral spine, pull the abs in. Let's roll the body down. Knees are slightly bent. Rolling down, pull the abs in. Hold here in this inverted position. Pull up through the abdominals, so try to flatten them. Let the arms hang, let the head hang. From here we're going to bend the knees until the hands come down towards the floor and walk it forwards. So coming onto hands and knees. The knees are positioned underneath your hips. Try and get your wrists directly underneath your shoulders. Okay, so here we are in this hands and knees position. We're going to start by sliding one leg out behind. So let's keep the hips exactly where they are. Slide one leg out behind you. The toe stays in contact with the ground. Draw that knee back in, other side. So again, we're trying to pull the abdominals in, keep the back flat. Draw the knee back in. If you're feeling okay with that, you can start to add a lift. So the leg comes in line with your spine and draw the knee back in. So think about the weight exchange from one side to the other. As you shift weight, so as you place that knee down and shift the weight to the other side, think about trying to minimise the rocking through the pelvis. So you want to imagine you've got this tray of drinks on your back, and as you exchange weight, trying to keep the tray of drinks level so nothing spills. Stretch and draw the knee back in. Now adding on again, you can add an opposite arm. If you're feeling balanced, if you're feeling comfortable, pull the abdominals in, stretch up away from you. And change sides. Breathing in. Exhale, stretching away. Stretch and reach. So we're going for length rather than lift. So we don't want to lift the leg too high, so watch out for this. Lifting up, and the arm should be in line with the spine. So let's keep everything like we're lengthening through the fingers, lengthening through the toes. Steady breathing. Stabilize through the shoulders, so draw them back. So we're not collapsing down into the shoulders. If you're finding it too much of a challenge with the leg and the arm lifted, you can go for one or the other. So just arms or just legs. Keep the elbows soft. So a slight bend in the elbow is just going to take some of the pressure out of the wrist for you. And spread the fingers. So spread the weight through your fingers, spreading down into the mat. That's also going to take some of the pressure off your wrist. If you're finding this is troublesome on your wrists, or you're not finding the splayed wrist position okay, you can come up onto the knuckles here. So keeping the wrist in that neutral position. Coming back in. Wonderful. Pull the abdominals in. So keeping everything square to the mat. Shoulders are square, hips are square. One more either side. Stretch and reach. Keep in contact with the ground, remember, if you want to. So you can slide that toe out, keeping in contact. Last one. Let's bring the hands back down, the knees back down, and sit back onto the heels. Stretch the arms out in front of you. You can have a block here if you want to. Place your forehead down, or bring your head down towards the mat. Let the elbows hang heavy down towards the mat. This is one version of your rest position. You can bring the hands down towards your ankles, place the palms up towards the ceiling, and let your elbows hang heavy towards the mat. Feel a stretch there through the middle back. Just feel that stretch melting across the middle of your back and relaxing into it. Let the elbows hang heavy. Wonderful. Let's start to roll back up. So bring the hands back to the sides and let's roll the body up into our cat stretcher. Exhaling, round through the spine, tuck the tailbone under, come to a flat back, lift the eyes and come to this small extension. Exhale as you roll up, pull the abdominals in, tuck the tail, flat back, lift the eyes. So pull the abs in, open through the chest. Inhaling, bringing the eyes forward, shoulders pull gently back. Remember to spread the fingers through. Lovely. Back to a flat back, lift the eyes one more time. Remember to breathe, so exhale. Think about the tailbone, think about the lower part of the back, so really tuck the tailbone under, feel that stretch. Come back to a flat back, let's stay here. I'm going to take the right arm and thread it through the gap. So take your right arm through the side of your face, your shoulder comes down towards the mat. Feel a stretch there through the back. If you don't like this position, you can sit back and you can take the arm across the body here. So up to you. You've got this option if you prefer not to thread through onto your knees. If you've got any problems being on your knees, you can do like this. Just gently drawing that arm across, avoiding the elbow, just holding one side here or one side here. Take a look into that stretch all the way down here on the side of your face, down onto the mat. Dragging the fingertips back through. It's switching to the other side. So the left hand comes through. Take the elbow down towards the mat, take the side of the face down towards the mat. Just feeling that wonderful stretch through the shoulder, through the upper back. Just invite you to adjust around a bit to feel what you need to feel, but just do what you need to do to get that nice, lovely stretch. Great. And then dragging the fingers back. So if you were sitting upright for that one, we would have taken the other arm across the body as well. So like this. So we've done both sides equally. Great. Okay, so let's come onto the front now. We're going to cross the legs. So you can have the legs crossed if you want to. If you prefer, you can have them out to a diamond. Or you can even take them out to the side, flexing the feet. I'm going to cross my legs for this one. It's the spine twist. So this is going to increase mobility through the middle part of your spine, so through the thoracic region. Middle part here. Yes, it's going to work into the obliques as well. So we'll start with the hands crossed over the shoulders. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to turn to one side. Inhale back to centre. Exhale, turn to the other side. So think about the spine being long, the shoulders down away from the ears. A thread coming out of your head, lifting your head up, 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 higher, higher, higher towards the ceiling. If you want to challenge yourself, you can bring your hands out to the front to this Cossack position. Inhale to centre. So you exhale to the side, pull the abdominals in. Think about twisting from side to side like a corkscrew. So with every twist, the head is getting higher and higher up towards the ceiling. Brilliant. Exhale. Inhale, centre. If you want to make this even harder, take the arms out to the side. So turn the palms down and centre. So try to make sure this arm doesn't creep across like this. Keep that chest open. Exhale to the side. Drop those shoulders down. Don't let them creep up towards the ears. Inhale, centre. Exhale, side. Head is tall, spine is straight. You could even sit on a block for this one if you are struggling to get the spine into a straight position. Okay, last two. Good. Last one. Wonderful. Bring the hands down, roll through the shoulders. Okay, great stuff. Let's take the legs to the side. So we're going to go to a half roll down, holding behind the back of the knees, stacking the spine, nice and tall. Let's pull the abdominals in, shoulders are down and back away from the ears. We're going to start by, so we're working into the core, gently waking up the core muscles. Start by taking a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to start to tuck through the tailbone, round through the lower back. Let your body roll backwards to a point. Take the elbows out to the side so the chest is active. Hold it here. And then stretch back up. Stack the spine. Again, as you roll under. Roll, 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 roll. And stack back up. So exhale as you roll down, roll, roll, roll. Start to float the arms if you want to. If you feel quite comfortable, you can take the arms away. Feel the abdominals challenging. Stretch back up. And we can reach over the top of the knees. So a stretch here, hands are parallel to the floor. Again, stack back through the spine, drop the shoulders down, pull the abdominals in, roll down. Hold on if you want, or float the arms. So challenging yourself by taking it down a little bit lower if you want to. Stretching over the top. Drop the shoulders down. They always want to creep up there. Breathe in. Exhale, roll down. Find that biting point. Pull the abdominals in. Drop the shoulders down. Stretch back up. Reach over the top. Stretch through the back, drop the shoulders down. Pull the abs in. Rolling back last time. Let's roll down. Tuck through the tailbone. Find that point. Hold it here. Breathing in. Pull the abdominals in. Last time. stretching up and over. Absolutely brilliant. And release down, lovely. Let's take a roll down all the way onto the mat. So coming down onto your elbows, or you can, if you're confident with your ab strength, roll yourself down without using the arms. Otherwise, take the elbows down, roll your body down into the mat and find that neutral spine. So once again, we're rolling the pelvis like that, rolling pin. Feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent. Let's roll. So tuck the tailbone under, pressing the lower back into the mat and sending it back the other way. So the hips stay on the floor. We're trying to find a neutral spine position. So somewhere in between those two rolls, you'll find your lovely neutral lumbar curve spine there. The back of the ribs stay down, hip bones are level, feet are flat on the floor, gap in between your knees. From here, let's take a breath in, stretch the arms up, press the shoulder blades down. Now bring the hands behind you, but only come as far down as the ribs don't lift. So as you can see, if you find you bring your hands any further and your ribs lift like this, so my ribs have lifted off the mat, that's not what we want. So press down through the back ribs. And if you can still take, if your shoulder will allow, and you can still take your hands back, that's great. If not, just come to the point where your back ribs stay down. That is really super important. Okay, so bring the arms back over. Yeah. So the spine stays set in concrete. It does not move. Nothing moves. It stays the same, and that is the challenge. Exhale, bring the hands back. Lovely. So breathe in, neutral spine stays there. Pull the abdominals in. Exhale, bring the hands forwards again. Fab. Relax your shoulders, relax your head, relax your neck. Take any tension out of that area. Stretch the hands forward. Lovely. Brilliant. We're going to add on. So breathe in. Hands come up over the head. As you exhale, use your abdominals to keep the pelvis neutral. We're going to lift a leg, lift, and lower down. So again, try to keep the angle in the back of the knee the same. So as you lift, we're not changing this angle. The leg comes back down. So it's actually like a hinge from your hip. Lift, breathe out as you lift. Breathe in to lower down. Remember the back ribs are staying down. Pull the abdominals in. So we're tightening through this belt here. One side then the other. Fantastic. Use your breath. Inhale. Pelvic floor is switched on. I haven't mentioned that yet. So drawing through your pelvic floor, squeeze those muscles front and back. So you're aware of those too. It's super slow because we're working the muscle in a different way. In Pilates, we slow it down to make it harder. Usually the other way around with exercise, but we're trying to elongate the muscles, tone the muscles. We're not trying to build bulk. We want to get a lovely strong core, so we're working those deep core muscles, the pelvic floor, everything that's responsible for supporting the pelvis and the spine. Brilliant. We've got one more either side. Remember, if it's too much, you can leave out the arms, just do the legs, or just do the arms and leave out the legs. So many choices. Last one. Great, let's hold the leg here. Knee is over the hip. Stretch the arms long. Lower ribs are down. Breathe in. As you exhale, let's see if we can roll up, curl up. Tennis ball in between your chin and your chest, and start to pulse the arms. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3. Change legs. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3. Too much on the back of the neck. Take a hand and place it behind the back of your neck to support the neck change. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want, you can do 2 legs on this one. Up to you. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, or keep changing legs. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 legs if you want it. out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull the abdominals in, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember to support the neck. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nearly there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alternating legs if you want. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it here. Draw the knees in. Hold up. Squeeze up. Lower down. Ah. And take the neck from left to right. So nodding your head. I should have chose a different hairstyle. It's not working with the plait. Next time. Great. Take a hand on each of your knees. Let's circle the knees around. Steady breathing. So releasing through the hips and the thighs. Let's circle the knees back the other way. Circling down. Lovely, wonderful. Last 2. Release the head and the neck. So let's take the neck from one side to the other. Brilliant. Draw your feet together. Draw your knees together. So it's like your feet are stuck, your knees are stuck. Neutral spine. Pelvic floor is active. Pull the abdominals in. Hands come to the side. We're going to go into our supine twist, so working through the obliques and also into the lower back, working the core. Shoulders are relaxed, take a breath, and then we are going to take both knees over to the right hand side. So it's as if your feet were stuck together, your left foot will lift completely off the floor. Exhale, knees come back up to the centre. So inhale, over to the side. So you've got like this pendulum through your hips. Exhale, draw the knees back to the centre. So one of the sort of rules is that we want to make sure both shoulders stay down, stuck down to the mat. So imagine you've got a piece of Velcro on the back of your shoulder. And as the knees come to the right, check that that left shoulder doesn't lift. We want to press that left shoulder down, protect through the back. So gentle from side to side, pull the abdominals in. Think about all the muscles you're working through this corset here as you take the legs from left to right. Now you can stay on the floor or you can lift your feet. So again, super important those shoulders stay down. Please, please, please. From one side to the other. Back to the centre. Inhale to the side. Exhale. Use your elbows to help you. If you want to make it harder, lift the palms. So you're challenging using your core more. You're not relying on your hands so much. Side to side. Otherwise, place those palms back down. Wonderful. Take it to the side. Remember, you've got the option to have the feet on the floor. You don't need to be lifted, but keep that spine and pelvis in a nice neutral position. Exhale, bring the knees up. One more either side. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Wonderful. Great. Okay, what can we do now? Bridge. So you can bring the heels a little bit further in towards the body if you want to, if your knees will allow, if that's an okay angle for your knees. We're going to go into our bridge. Great exercise for mobilising, articulating through the spine, working the core, working through the backs of the legs. So actually, just before we go into the bridge, I'm going to do a quick hamstring stretch. We have stretched the hamstrings already, but I just want to do it one more time so that we're in a nice place to be able to do the bridge. So let's stretch up the right leg, knees soft, left foot stays on the floor. Let's draw that leg up towards the ceiling. Circle the ankle around. Back the other way, nice circle through. And keep the ankle steady, hips stay down, heavy, anchored down onto the mat. Just gently draw that leg in towards you. Take the leg over the midline of the body, so in towards you. Opposite hand comes out, so my right hand is coming out to the side here. Stretch the leg across the midline of your body. Try to keep the hips down on the mat, anchoring down, and then stretch that leg. So switch hands, hold the outside of your shin, take your left hand to the side and let that leg come out to the side. So open it up. You can bend the knee if you want to and open out through the stretching through the inner thigh, or stretch the leg out long if you can. Elbow on the floor, my right elbow's on the floor, my hand is supporting the side of my shin. Stretch out. Open out through the inner thighs and draw that leg back. Let's switch to the other side. Left leg extends, right foot is flat on the floor. Slight bend here, because we want to try and feel a stretch through the back of the leg. Hips are down. Relax the shoulders down into the mat. So we want to try not to be lifting up like this. If you're finding that you are sort of lifting up like this, what is a good idea is you can get a towel, hold behind the back of the leg, or a band, so that you're not straining up with the upper body. Steady breathing into that stretch, relaxing the shoulders down. Feel the stretch here through the back of the hamstring. Let's start to release that off, draw the leg across the midline of the body. Take the left hand out to the side. So feel the stretch moving around through the leg. Over to the side. Great. Back to the centre. And let's let the leg come out to the side, so we're abducting the leg. The elbow can come down onto the floor. Support the weight of the leg. Right hand comes out to the side. If you prefer to bend here, you can, and open out through the thighs. Or support the leg, stretch that leg long, so reach that left foot away from your hips. And then draw that leg back in. Okay, back to the bridge. Gap in between your feet. Breathe in. As you exhale, let's start to roll through the pelvis. So tuck the pelvis underneath, take the weight into the feet, evenly through the feet. Press the hips up towards the ceiling, taking the weight across the upper back. So off the shoulders, we don't want to come onto the shoulders, we don't want to come onto the neck. The head and the neck are free and released. Pull the abdominals in, the hips are level here. So make sure that you're level, you're not to one side. Press down through the bottom of the big toe. And then let's start to roll the body back down. So again, this can be a nice exercise if you've got any stuck points in the back and you're rolling through them. So lifting up, you're almost trying to press the hips up over your knees and roll down. So it's such a lovely exercise and really nice for building strength through the back body, through the glutes. So the bottom, the back of the legs, rolling up. Pelvic floor is active, abdominals are switched on. And rolling down. Now again, if you're feeling quite confident with this and feeling strong, you can add some arms. So let's lift up. As the hips lift, you can start to peel the hands away from the floor, coming up and over behind you, relaxing the neck, weight is on the upper back. Keep those hips lifted, the arms come back. As the hands come up over the shoulders, start to roll down, imprinting your spine back onto the mat. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale as you roll. Breathe in. Hands are above your head. Exhale, the hands come back over. And start to roll down. So rolling down through the spine. Great. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale as you roll. Start to lift the arms, lift the hips, pressing up through the backs of the legs. Remember, you don't have to do as many as I'm doing. You can take a break whenever you want to by drawing the knees into the chest. Let's do the last two. Rolling through, peeling the spine. So lower, mid, upper spine peels up off the mat. Sending the hips up. Imagine a hoist underneath your hips, lifting it up towards the ceiling. And then we start to roll down, imprinting the spine. Imagine, this is our last one by the way, imagine that the mat has got wet sand. Yeah? And as you place the spine back down onto the mat, imagine making that imprint from each vertebra all the way back down onto the mat. Imprint, 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 and back to your neutral spine. Lovely. Draw the knees into the chest. So have a little rock from side to side. Feel that nice release through the backs of the legs. Great. Well done. And let's take a turn onto the side. So feet come down onto the mat. Let's turn onto one side. Support your head and neck by stretching your underneath arm long, resting your head on the upper part of your arm. Can get a towel or a piece of cushioning here if you want to keep the neck should be in alignment. So if you feel like you want a piece of clothing here, then you should do that to keep your neck in a nice neutral position in line with your spine. Or you can rest on the arm if that feels okay. The feet are together. The ankles that need to be in line with this bony part here, your hip bone, in line with your shoulders. Stack the hips one on top of the other. So you're not sort of rolling forwards or you're not rolling backwards. You are stacked one on top of the other. So if a skewer went down between your hip bones, it would go directly down into the floor. Pull the abdominals up and in. Knees are out in front of you. And we're going to start by opening the knee and bringing it back down. So think about the abdominals being active, pulling the abdominals in here, lifting and lowering. Lift and down. So you can lift the feet here, so that bottom knee stays down. If you want, you can do like this, up to you. Open and together. Well done. We've got 3 more here. Steady breathing. Thinking about working into these sort of external rotator muscles into the glutes. So we're squeezing into the bottom actually. Open, squeeze, and close. I've lost count. Let's do one more. You always need to count with me because I get a bit carried away. Wonderful. Now let's open here and we're going to leave the leg open. We're going to hold here for 5, 4, squeeze, 2, 1, and close the knees. One more time. Let's open here, hold it here. Squeeze into the bottom. So feel the muscle you're meant to be working. For 3, 2, 1, and close. Last one. Breathe in, exhale, open the feet. Hold it here. Pull the abs in. Good. Squeeze into this muscle. 3, 2, 1, and close. Fab, well done. Let's stretch the legs long. Cut off my feet. Oh, I knew I would. Well, my feet are there. They're in line with my hips, in my shoulders. Relaxing your head and neck. Take a breath. As you exhale, let's lift that top leg. So we want to be hip width. So we don't need to be too high with this leg. It's just going to come to hip width here. Breathe in, pull the abs in. As you exhale, we're going to lift the bottom leg to up, touch, and down. So what's happening with my feet? Let's have a little look, shall we? So we're lifting up, touch, and down. Lift, touch, and down. Try and take some weight out of this front hand. So try and come up onto the fingertips, okay? So pull the waist in and up, lifting that bottom leg. If it's too much, you can stay with the top leg lifting and lowering. So this version if you want to. Lift and down, okay? So lift, bottom leg, lift up, touch, down. Last one, lift up. See if you can hold the legs lifted. Hold it here, stretching. Stretching the legs. See if you can take that hand away, place it on the outside of the thigh or stretch it up towards the ceiling. Pull the waist in, hold this position, breathe in, breathe out. One more, breathe in, breathe out. And bring the hand down, take the legs down, press up through your palm. Let's switch to the other side so the legs come up and around the other way. Let's stretch down, hand comes out. I'm resting my head down nicely there on top of my arm, hips are stacked, bend the knees. Let's start with our clam. So work into these muscles that all support the pelvis, pull the abdominals in. Ankles are in line with your hips, in line with your shoulders. Let's start. So opening and closing. Brilliant. And again, open through and close. So we're going for 8 of these. Pull the abdominals in, lift and together. So again, my head and my neck are relaxed and lower, fab. Nice gentle holding of the fingertips in front. Lift. Remember, you've got the option to lift the feet if you want it. You might be able to find that you get a bigger range of movement when you lift the feet up away from the floor. Fantastic. Let's do one more. Steady breathing. Now let's do our holds. So we're going to abduct the knees, feet stay together, hold here. Squeeze into the back body, so into the back of the legs, into this muscle here, into your glute. 2, 1, and close. Well done. Breathe in. Exhale, open. Opening through the hips and the thighs. Holding here for 3, 2, 1, and together. Last time. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, pull the abs in. So the powerhouse is nice and strong. Hold it here, squeeze into the bottom. Pelvic floor is active. 2, 1, and bring the knees together. Well done. Let's stretch the legs long. Make sure you can see my feet. Hips are stacked, one on top of the other. Pull the abdominals in. So it's like you've got a, if someone had a torch, they're trying to shine a torch underneath here. So you're trying to pull up away from your mat with your waist. Hand in front. Let's lift that top leg to hip width. Breathe in. Exhale, lift and touch. Remember, you've got the option to do your top leg lift only if you want to. So lift, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze the legs together. Boop, and down. So lift and down. Wonderful. Lift onto the fingertips. So we're coming light onto this hand in front and down. Well done. Lift and down. Lift, relax your neck. Steady breathing and down. Lift and down. Well done. Last 2 and down. This one is holding here. Squeeze the legs together. Try to lift them up away from the mat. See if you can take this hand away. Can it come onto the side of the thigh? Can it stretch up towards the ceiling? Breathing in. Breathing out, pull the waist in. One more breath. Breathing out. Wonderful, hand comes down. Lower the legs, press up through the palm. Let's come into our release stretch, into our mermaid. So you can either have the legs out in front of you, or you can bring the legs to the side, or in a seated position, however you feel most comfortable, holding onto the side of the shin or placing your hand down. We're going to stretch the arm up, reach tall, breathe in, exhale and stretch through. So we're opening out through the side here, through this fan, through the side of the ribs, stretching back over, spine is tall. Breathe in, reach the fingers, exhale, stretch over. And bring the hand back. Again, breathe in, exhale, last time, stretch it over. And come back, lovely. Switch the legs or keep them out in front of you. So you could be here, stretching like this, that is absolutely fine. Otherwise, bring the legs to the side, holding onto the side of the shin, stretching up, breathing in. Exhale, stretch over. Inhale to come back. Exhale, stretching over. So we are taking that lovely lateral stretch of the spine. Exhale over, head coming to the diagonal and come back to the center. Wonderful. Quick stretch through the thighs as well. So we're going to bring the legs out in front. So bend your right knee in. You can leave it here and turn into that knee. Or if you can, if you've got the flexibility, take it across your opposite knee. So across your left knee, take the left hand onto the side of the knee. Pull the abdominals in, spine is long, head is to the ceiling. Take a twist there through the side body, and we are stretching out through here, the side of the leg. You can bring that elbow around if you're a little bit more flexible. Hold on to the side here. Head is tall, spine is tall. Pull the abs in, twist, and come back to the centre. Extend your right leg, left knee bends. Either keep it on this side, or you can take it all the way over if you've got that flexibility in the hips. Left hand comes behind you, holding onto the side of your left knee, and we're twisting over to the left. Open through the chest, open the shoulders. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Bring the elbow across. You've got a little bit more flexibility there. Feeling that lovely stretch through the side of the thigh. Shoulders down, abs in, twist. And return back to the centre. Fab, fab, fab. Coming onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes under. We're going to stretch through the back of the legs. Okay, guys? So, pressing the weight into your palms, spreading your fingers. Stretch through the back of the legs. So, press the heels down. Don't worry if they don't come all the way down. We're going to walk it through. So, bending your right knee, press your left heel down into the mat. Bend your left knee, press your right heel down. Again, right knee, left heel presses down. Shoulders are stabilised down away from the ears. Shifting the weight from one side to the other, walking through the feet. Feeling that lovely stretch through the Achilles. Lifting your hips up towards the ceiling, relaxing your head through your shoulders. Pressing the heels down. Then let's bring the ankles level, bending the knees. We'll start to walk the hands back towards your feet. Place the heels down. So again, with any of those back flexion issues, you can come up to standing in whichever way you feel comfortable. Or we're going to roll up the same way that we rolled down. So start to stack the spine. So relaxing the head down, let's start to roll the body up, stacking the spine. So nice and slowly, because we're coming up from that inverted position. Stacking each vertebra one by one, bringing the head and the neck up last. Roll the shoulders up, back and around. Stretch the arms up, breathing in. Filling the lungs with air. Stretch the fingertips long, spread the fingers and bring the hands down to the thighs. Breathing out. Again, breathing in. Just imagining the body a little bit stronger, a little bit longer, the spine mobilized and stretched out. Exhaling, bringing the hands to the thighs. Let's do one more. Stretching, breathing in. Oxygen in. Exhale. Breathing all the air out of the lungs. And bring your hands together. Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.